Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magical Journey Show with your host, Reverend Bryan Rawls. Thank you for joining me this evening. As you can tell, I am by myself this evening, and we'll be doing many readings as well as also going over some. I have been led to basically teach some cleansing techniques because of the recent full moon. Okay, and the recent full moon has been really hard on our emotions. Well, with some of us, it has been hard on our emotions, and with that, they have given me the opportunity to basically teach you a little bit of cleansing techniques, as well as also answer some of your questions, as well as also some of your concerns about say, for instance, what if I don't have a bathtub? Because I get that a lot. When cleansing, it doesn't necessarily say it has to be a bath cleansing. Okay, that's the whole point of cleansing is one would think to wash their body. Not necessarily. You can use an incense. You can use you can basically use crystals. You can use candles. You can use many different types of implements to obtain a effective cleansing, and I will get into more of that here soon. But for all of my folks that have called in, I will be doing readings this evening, and just kind of chillax and kind of allow me to basically get through this little bit of a lecture or class that I am preparing for you all about cleansing techniques. And I will answer the phone line and do some readings this evening. And I will only do a select few, so hopefully you are one of those select few. So basically, back to cleansing. So if you're just now tuning in, folks, a lot of folks have been recently asking me how their energy's doing, what their energy looks like after this full moon has passed, as well as also in the past couple days. So that's the reason why I have put together this this particular I guess you would say teaching of cleansing. So obviously everybody knows about sage. Okay. Now, folks, sage is not the always go-to for cleansing. It's a good cleansing agent, but sage is also for wisdom and for higher learning and higher connectivity and connectivity to higher vibration. So don't necessarily put sage in a box of nothing but cleansing, because that's not necessarily what it's all used for. There's many different types of cleansing agents, and put them all to use, because if you put them all to use, then you will have a plethora of things in your cleansing tool belt. And do know, folks, that I will go through sectors of your life, probably every week, such as like the cleansing part, the love part, the money part, yada yada yada. Okay, so stay tuned if this is not necessarily your part that you would like to hear. So, but cleansing has an effect on the body that is for body, mind, and spirit. And so we were going through the herbs. So the sage, as I said before, is wisdom, and also connecting to higher vibrations and raising your vibrations as well as cleansing. Second one that I absolutely love to work with is Palo Santo. Palo Santo is basically almost like a wood, and you can see here is my Palo Santo, and I use it probably after every reading, and along with my sage, which I use sage more to raise my clarity and my intellect and my intuitive impression on that on a particular question or situation that the person may have. But Palo Santo, so sage, Palo Santo. Also, I like to use mint. Okay, now mint has multiple uses, and also has a very protective quality to it as well. So the mint is not only just for cleansing, but also for money, and also for money. And then there was another one, but go back to the recording because it totally flew out my mind. So mint, and then there is another one that I love to use, and that is basil. Now, obviously, a lot of folks have a rare nose to basil. Okay, and the reason for that is I noticed this one day when I was doing a floor wash, and it was a floor wash to not only just cleanse, but also to bring prosperity, as well as also basically just allow for the space to have that cleanliness feel to it. And you know how basil has that pungent odor to it that almost has a hint of a smell of a very light smell of ammonia. And then with that, I got to kind of playing with the ingredients. So I added a little bit of ammonia, like probably about maybe a dropper full of household ammonia. And I added it to the bucket of water, and I done my floor wash. So what that did was not only allowed for the mint to do the cleansing, but also to allow for the ammonia to do the cleansing. And ammonia is, even though it's not an herb or something that you can find a lot in the holistic folks' cabinet, but it is basically ammonia. It's household ammonia, the ones that you would cleanse the floor with, ones that you would cleanse the bathroom with, but you only need a dropper full of ammonia in this floor wash, and then you add a handful of basil. And what that does is the ammonia basically is the ultimate cleanser and will cleanse anything. It's almost like a striptease. Okay, I like to call it how I can remember it, and it's basically like a striptease because it strips you of everything, and then as it strips you of everything, it lowers down the energy slightly so it doesn't all go off of you at once. Okay, because when it all purges from you from once or discharges from you all at once, it becomes debilitating to the body. And when it becomes debilitating to the body, that's when people kind of get a little irritated and agitated with the detox symptoms or the discharge symptoms. So basically, the whole cleansing, the whole cleansing being the ultimate cleanser. You can also put ammonia in your bathtub. And a lot of folks are like, you're really telling us to take a bath in ammonia? Well, it's either take a bath in ammonia or take a bath in your urine, one or the other, because that's what they used to do back in the olden, or I guess you would say back in the old days. And a lot of folks were like, no, I can't take a bath in my urine. So they switched it up to ammonia. And with the ammonia basically does the same thing that, and it's supposed to be your own urine, not someone else's, because that strips the body. Because what you do when you urinate is you strip the body of toxins. So what it does is this kind of like, it's basically doing what it was meant to do. Okay, and obviously you have to make an intention for it, and a lot of people are probably like, "You're weird, Bryan," but I'm going to continue to listen. But please continue to listen, because very good information will come from this. But yes, you can add 3 drops, and how I use 3 drops is it's basically like a dropper like this, and I put 3 drops. I fill it up to probably about 0.5 milliliters, and I put that much in it. Okay, excuse me, that was an airplane. If anybody is hearing that in the background, but yes, 0.5 milliliters of ammonia in the bathtub works wonders, and you can actually see the negative energy kind of flow out of the or basically flow out of the skin and into the water. And you don't have to be clairvoyant to see it either, even though every one of us are clairvoyant. But what happens is the water turns this green, murky, almost like this green, murky, bluish color. And what that does is that also resembles a healing color. And it sends healing while we are bathing in the ammonia bath. So another wonderful use of a not so common product that everyone has in the house, but you can use 1 can of beer. The 1 can of beer is wonderful for cleansing as well, and you just pour 1 can of beer into really, sorry folks, but you use 1 can of beer and fill the bathtub up and sit in it. And then obviously we also have our salt, and then we also have our baking soda. Now, if you've had a session with me, you have heard me say this repeatedly. What are they doing out there? But you have heard me repeatedly ask my clients and ask y'all to take a sea salt bath and a baking soda bath. But after you have soaked, make sure that you stand up and rinse off. Because if you rinse off, that allows, yes, exactly, Tiffany. All the jets, they are driving me nuts this evening. But yes, if you stand up and rinse off, that will make sure that the energy, or that the negative energy, or the negative spirits, or whatever you want to call them, energy people, but it allows for them not to be magnetized to your energy field. Okay, because baking soda has aluminum in it, unless you go find a baking soda without aluminum in it. And aluminum is a magnetic metal, and what happens is if you bathe in aluminum, obviously that magnetic energy is going to stick negative energies or negative spirits back to you. Okay, so you always want to rinse off after soaking in sea salt and baking soda. Okay, and sea salt's to cleanse, baking soda is to neutralize, as well as also fluff the aura. Another way of cleansing is basically using what I call my signature cleanse, and it is basically nutmeg, cinnamon, and then there is 2 other ingredients I can't remember at the moment, but this is my stock of a Magical Journey signature cleanse, and it will be listed on the website here very soon. But this particular I'll have to get the recipe for you and post it on my blog. But it has a mixture of ingredients like cinnamon, nutmeg, I believe it's anise seed, and camphor, and then there's another herb, and I apologize, folks, I can't remember it at the moment, but forgive me, because I am an airhead this morning, or airhead this afternoon, or this evening, and getting tongue-tied, so I apologize about that. But yes, a Magical Journey signature cleansing recipe is a wonderful incense to smoke out your house. Okay, and what I mean by smoke out your house is lift up your windows, light you a charcoal block on fire, and I don't have one around here, or else I would show you. But yeah, light that sucker on fire, and then make sure that the edges and the whole top is at least that much white. Okay, and then what you do is you just sprinkle a little bit up there. You don't need a whole heap and bunch, but if you want to smoke out your house, you want at least I would say 1/4 of a tablespoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, and that would smoke out your house pretty good. Okay, another thing that I like to use for cleansing is another thing that I like to use for cleansing is there's Florida water. Now, the Florida water, you can buy store-made Florida water, or you can buy handmade Florida water, or basically made by a personal professional, or you can basically do it yourself and make your own, because a lot of the particular items, and I will tell you this, and I'm telling you this because I've learned from experience, everything that you make yourself has more power in it, because you're making it with a pure heart and a pure intent, because you have the intention. Okay, so you want to understand that and hold that into your awareness. All right, so with that, the Florida water, let me see if I have a bottle of Florida water on me. Okay, so this right here is the store-bought Florida water. Okay, the Murray and Lamans Florida water cologne from New York. That's what it has on the bottle, and this is a store-bought Florida water. And then there is, I wish I had a bottle of mine, but I don't have any in stock. I actually have some making. So, but it comes in a little frosty, squirter or a bottle, and a lot of my clients tell me that it smells divine. That's all that they can really explain it as. But the Florida water is another one of my go-tos. The Florida water has never let me down. and is one that I keep in my bag constantly, and in this little spray bottle. Okay, so this little spray bottle has my stuff in it. Now, the Florida water also can be used to enhance your abilities, so it's dual purpose. All right. Another cleansing herb that I like to use, and it has many purposes as well, is oh, I had it right in my mind. Anise, 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 anise. All right, and it will either come in anise seed, not the anise hyssop. I'm talking about the star anise, Anise. You can get it in liquid form or in oil form, oil form, oil form. Yeah, there you go. And you can also get it in herb form. Okay, and as you start to use the anise, you'll learn extra qualities about it. Because I started off just knowing that it was used to enhance psychic abilities and also to help with cleansing and bring sweetness back into the air after you cleanse. Okay, because that's also another important topic, and that is putting the sweetness back into a room after you have cleansed it. Because if you strip it of all its energies, what's it going to have to feed on? You. All right, and you don't want drained. All right, because the atmosphere does get imprinted, and atmosphere does absorb. All right, there are certain mechanics and certain materials in rooms, in houses, on properties that basically they allow for the absorption of things. So, like the computer is one of them, and I hate to say it like that, but the computer gives information and also receives information. Okay, so understand that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the phone lines, and I'm gonna pick up a phone caller, and then we're going to continue the talk about cleansing. Okay. So anybody wanting to call in, you're more than welcome to. Shoot, I don't have my pad and pen on me where I have my call-in number, but give me just a second. The area code is 323-870-3791. Again, that is 323-870-3791. And our first caller is 310. 310, first name and question, please.
Hi, my name is Vince. I'm calling from New York. My question is this, I'm just starting a new job tomorrow. I'm not sure if this is going to be the end-all be-all job for me because I'm still looking, but at least it's the start. And I'm just wondering how you see me going there, if there's something else going to come up for me.
Okay. And, I see you biting your tongue a lot in this job. All right, and I don't know exactly why you'll be biting your tongue, but as you were speaking to me, they showed me a person biting their tongue, and you know how it hurts. It almost allowed me to feel that pain. So it seems as if it's going to have its pros and it's going to have its cons. But know that it is something that is going to make ends meet at this moment. All right. Also, I will tell you there seems to be a female that is very influential or very intimidating there. So you need to. They are either warning about her, or they are showing that she needs to not necessarily be acknowledged, but more like be open to her suggestions, but kind of allow for whatever she says criticizing fly in one ear and out the other. Okay, because it's basically going to be criticism when she's trying to make it constructive criticism, which she exactly doesn't know how to do that. Okay, that's the best way I can explain that. Because the whole fact of the matter here is they basically show me you have to bite your tongue. You're going to have to bite your tongue a lot, and you're also going to feel as if this either this female supervisor or female department head, something or other, is going to get on your nerves. And what I mean by get on your nerves is like get on your lasting nerve. I mean, she's almost aggravating me, okay? And I'm not even in the situation, but she's aggravating me.
Okay.
All right, so you need to be careful there. Tread lightly and pick your battles. But know that this, as you said before, this job is temporary. All right, it's temporary to allow something else to open up for you, more and more opportunities to step forward for you. Okay, and I do see that there is a potential for something more beneficial and more new in the month of August.
Okay.
All right, but hang in there, because you can basically make ends meet and make it work for the amount of time that you need to make it work.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting. I'm taking this job, like you said, to make ends meet, but I'm also waiting for an opening at the brewery near not too far from me, maybe like a half-hour drive, and I'm wondering if that's going to come through in August.
Okay. Well, if you would like to look more deeper into that situation, I would recommend you and give a wonderful suggestion of going to my website at www.amagicaljourney.com and checking out my website and looking at possibly booking a service with me. And also, if you would like to call the office and maybe book your session and possibly receive your 10-minute free consultation that is offered, you're more than welcome to do that Monday through Friday in between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at 586-659-9620.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate it, and thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, thanks.
You're very welcome. Okay. All right, folks. So, back to my cleansing talk, and then we will go back to the phone lines. And believe me, folks, we will get to you. So be patient. Be patient. Now with cleansing as well. Now there is simple cleansing, and then there's complex cleansing. And folks are probably asking, so when would I know that I need a cleansing? All right. So basically, when would you know when you need a cleansing? Well, one of the I will go through a list. Okay. So one is when you feel as if everything is blocked and like you're in a rut. Okay, that's grounds for cleansing. Excuse me. 2, depression, sadness, unless you're sensitive and you know it's not yours. Okay. But also cleansing is indeed a go-to for when it's not yours. Okay, so do understand that that would be beneficial as well. Another thing is agitation, frustration, feeling is also a hard day at work. That's more of minor cleansing and not necessarily more of that complex cleansing. Another thing is when you see that none of the areas in your life is going well, like you're constantly arguing with your partner, or your money goes out just as fast, or your money comes in just as fast as it goes out, or vice versa. I'm getting tongue-tied here, peeps. Also, and spirituality feels like like you're in a rut, or you're in a hole with your head in that hole, and basically those are grounds for cleansings. Those are grounds for you need some magical help, and a lot of people would be like, no, I either need a job, or I need to make some money, or I need to kick this boyfriend or girlfriend to the curb. Well, if you're in that situation and you have that feeling, then by all means, kick that one to the curb. And if you are in a financial rut and you don't have a job, by all means, go find a job, because that's half your problem. All right. But seriously, people, a lot of this understanding of when cleansing is necessary is common sense. When something just isn't going right, then it just isn't going right. So basically, cleanse yourself. All right, cleanse yourself, and you don't have to get all complex unless it's needed to be complex. All right, and I use the basic format for all my magic is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, and well, some people keep it simple, Susie. But I like to keep it simple, stupid. And you want to keep everything at an easy level, because you don't want to go extravagant on just a simple tidying and cleansing of the or cleaning of the house, and then sage the place, and then set it all up in candles, and then have to blow it all out. Hey, Jean, how are you, sweetie? And much love to you as well. But yes, keep things simple, people. It's very easy. Simplicity is the key to cleansing. And first and foremost, I have to tell y'all, if you feel as if you need a cleansing and your surroundings not cleansed or clean, you can't be clean. So clean your house. All right, clean your house, and I mean floor to top. And I mean clean the cobwebs, clean the floors, clean the edging and the walls. You got to keep a clean house for spirit to be basically invited, and it's basically like an invitation of cleanliness. You want to be invited to a house that's clean, right? All right, then your spirits do too. Okay, it's basically what your preferences are your spirit's preferences. Okay, and if you are just lazy and don't want to clean your house, there's no reason for cleansing yourself, because it's not going to work. All right, you may get a temporary relief, but you're not going to get full relief because you don't have a clean house. All right, and I'm telling you, people, clean your house. And obviously I can talk because I have a bunch of crap on my desk, but hey, it's my controlled chaos. I mean, now if you work with controlled chaos, that's fine, but just make sure that you can control it. Okay. Now, another thing that I would indeed say would work as a cleansing is I like to use this, and and obviously, as y'all all can see, I'm gay. All right, so I like to have things pretty, and so I like to get a bowl, and I like to have probably about that much water in it, and I like to sit a white candle in the center of the bowl with that much water in it. And I like to put white flowers around it. And then I also like to put 3 drops of vanilla in it. And no, I don't use that. I don't use that fake vanilla. I use the vanilla pleniflora or something like that. It's the vanilla orchid. Okay, it's abstracted from the vanilla orchid, and that's the key there. And it has to be from the vanilla orchid, not the vanilla bean. Okay. Now, also with that, once you have the bowl of water, that much water in it, put that candle in the center. Fasten your flowers around in the water. Float them in the water. Yes, people, float them in the water. And then basically you light that candle, and some people light it with a cigarette lighter. Some people light it with a match. I light it with a match because that's how I was taught. All right. But some folks, they look at me like, oh, sulfur and brimstone. No, you're going to hell. And I'm like, no, lady, I don't believe in hell. So it's your preference. Light it with what you want, but light it with whatever is handy. Okay. So with that, light your candle and say your prayer. Christian, Psalm 23, and Hail Mary, or Catholic, Hail Mary. If you're Wiccan or Wicca or witchcraft or traditional witchcraft or magic period, and invite a little magic in there. Well, it's basically magic, and work you up a little spell. And remember, when writing spells or writing, I guess you would say, spells. Yeah, spells. When writing spells, let it be spoke in rhyme. All right, rhyming is our key here. We are poets, and we didn't even know it. So that's what us witches do. We like things to rhyme, because if it's spoken in rhyme, it has more power. Okay, so with that, you light your candle, say your prayers, and then you make a sincere request. Okay, that sincere request can be, I ask for a cleansing and purity and clarification and clarity on my path, and then allow for the candle to burn down almost to the water, but stop it at the water. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to take that water that had the flour sitting in it. You want to pour that into like a spray bottle. And then you want to mist that around your house, and then you want to mist your body. You can mist your hair. Shoot, I even mist my clothes. I mean, be creative. And now also, now I'm gonna get really, really, really technical here with y'all. And when it comes to cleansing, I'm very thorough with my cleansing, because if I'm not, I usually get myself in trouble. Okay, and I usually get myself in trouble where I either end up with somebody else's illness, or I end up with somebody else's pain, or I end up crying my eyeballs out, or this, that, and the other. But that's just my blessing or my curse. All right. So basically, with that, what I do, I just lost my train of thought. But what I do here is, all right, pick it back up, pick it back up. Oh, yes. What I do here is in my shampoo and my conditioner. All right, and people's going to think I'm weird, but some of y'all may do this, but I put a little bit of Florida water in my shampoo and my conditioner. And then I also put some holy oil, and simple holy oil, people. Don't make it hard. Frankincense and myrrh. Drop you a little bit of frankincense and myrrh. That blesses and anoints things, people, places, and things, and it also cleanses and makes things, or makes areas sacred. All right, and you could put that like a drop in your shampoo, a drop in your conditioner. I even put a drop in my laundry detergent. I put a drop in my dish soap, and I put a very small drop in my dish soap because I don't like oily dishes. And and then there's also, you can use sage oil if you don't like frankincense and myrrh, because some people have a very a lot of people have different effects with frankincense and myrrh, is what I can say. All right, and I'm one of them, because it will be like I smoked a joint. All right, it will almost be like I smoked a joint, and I'd be like, holy crap. Yeah, so you want to test, and if you don't want to use frankincense and myrrh, use sage oil, and that's that. Or you can use a little bit of Crown of Success oil. Crown of Success oil will be available in June or July. Can't remember exactly, but it will be available here very soon. And Crown of Success oil makes you successful. Self-explanatory. Now, but remember, and then I'm gonna go to the phone lines. Remember, people, remember. If you want to cleanse yourself, you have to have the clean house. Clean your house. Okay? So, we are going to go to our phone lines, and let's go to phone line area code 310, and I believe this is Miracle.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. First, I'd like to say to
I can't hear you, sweetie. Can you speak in? I can't hear you real good. Can you speak up?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. A few months ago, I'd like to say thank you, because you told me how to use the candles for money or other stuff. And at that time, I was at a very wrong place, and that was very horrible. And actually, I got out from the horrible place, and I'd like to say thank you first.
Wonderful, wonderful. I am ecstatically happy for you, and I'm glad that you got out of that. And now, what's your question, my dear?
Yes, right now, actually, I'm still burning the candles, and I like to have my own place. And also, my focus is about the healing work that I really want in a long time. So, I like to thank you for the advice. I still like to use the candle.
Okay, so this is where you can petition. This is where you can petition a saint. Okay, now the saint would be Saint Expedite. All right, Saint Expedite is one that works very quickly and very fast. That's the reason why his name is Saint Expedite. Okay, now I know his feast day is coming up, and I believe it's either it's one of these days. I think it's the 21st or the 24th. But don't hold me to it. I know it's either 21st or the 24th. I will look this up and make sure that I'm correct on one of those dates. And Saint Expedite is like the man. All he likes, and all you got to give him, it's traditionally given to him, is you got to have a picture of him. You gotta have either a red or a green candle, or if you don't have red or green, you can get white.
Okay, I have everything.
All right, perfect. And then you want to make your petition. And then a lot of people say that that this next offering is not necessarily supposed to be given to him. Okay, his feast day is April 19th. So April 19th. So I was way off. I apologize. But yes, his feast day is April 19th, and all you need is a picture of him. You need a glass of water.
Okay.
Then you also need some red flowers or some white flowers, but he prefers red. And then some folks say that you're not supposed to give him his pound cake at first, but what folks do is give him a slice of pound cake at first.
Oh.
All right, and then
Can I get all right?
No, you have to give him pound cake. You have to give him pound cake because he's picky. He's picky. All right. He's a pound cake person. All right. He's got to have his sweets. All right, because that's how he works fast. All right. So it's one slice of pound cake when you're petitioning him, and then once you petition him and you ask him for what you want, then all you have to do is basically say, I will give you a whole loaf of pound cake after you bring to me what it is I desire, quick and in a hurry. And then you allow that petition paper to sit underneath the candle. Once he sends you your request, that is when you basically take that petition paper, burn it, give him a loaf of pound cake, and then you're good to go. All right, but make sure that you pay your spirit, or pay the spirit after he does the work for you. All right, because if you don't, what will happen is everything will be taken away. All right, he will. All right, so you have to make sure that you give him his pound cake.
Okay, so basically I have to keep feeding him the pound cakes. Even every day, can I just make for him?
Yep, you just make him a pound cake. I usually eat a slice of pound cake at his altar with him, and because a lot of workers allow for them to enjoy the offerings as well. And I give him a slice of pound cake, and then I eat a little slice of a pound cake, and then that's basically libation for him, and then libation for myself, because we are a spark of the divine creator. We can create things, but with the assistance from spirit.
And Bryan, so can I just give him just only one petition, only one wishes?
You need to only write one petition at one time. Yep,
Okay.
you can petition him multiple times that day, or even now, up to that day. But I will tell you, only ask him one thing at a time so he doesn't get confused.
Okay, got it.
All right.
And also, Bryan, when this shows, reply, this one is going to be available today or tomorrow?
The replay of this show should be available either right after the show ends, or actually tomorrow morning. One or the other.
And also, maybe, and probably maybe, I'm sorry, I can't guarantee. However, I may contact you regarding the session.
To check out or to receive a session, you need to go to www.magicaljourney.com.
Yes, because I like to learn from you more. That's why.
Okay, wonderful. And all you have to do is just wait for my contact information at the end of the show, and then we can see about working together. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Bryan, and thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Miracle. Okay, we're going to pick up one more caller, and we are going to pick up Destiny at 231. One more caller, and Destiny, let's try to make this quick because we is running out of time. And I know, I'm sorry, I talk too much.
Bryan.
Hello, sweetie, how are you?
I was wondering, I remember in the past that you had mentioned there was a saying that you say really quick to help bring in your light language, or that is like the...
Okay, that is soul language. This is from Master Sha, and it's San San Lu Ba Ya Wu, San San Lu Ba Ya Wu, San San Lu Ba Ya Wu.
San San
Lu Ba Ya Wu. Yeah, it makes you laugh because it raises your vibration, and laughter raises your vibration as well.
Ah, all right. I will definitely record that.
So it is spelled.
I am so bloated.
You're bloated? Okay, so let's
I look like I'm pregnant.
all right, so a quick remedy for bloating, but with the medicines that you're, if it's healthy with you for you exactly. So you might want to consult a doctor or consult your doctor, but it's activated charcoal, and that will help with the bloatedness. And also you can use 10 drops of clove oil with a carrier oil on the belly.
Just put it on my belly?
Yep, 10 drops of clove oil with carrier oil on the belly.
Okay.
And then you can also use the hot water bottle, or the actual castor oil pack. The castor oil pack is very easy. All right, so what you do is you rub castor oil all over your stomach, and then you put a flannel piece of fabric down. Yep,
Yeah.
That's right. And then you lay saran wrap over top of that. Then you lay a heating pad over top of the saran wrap. And what this does, or a hot water bottle, one or the other, but make sure if it's a heating pad, lower it down to the lowest setting, and then sit it on your stomach and allow for the castor oil to do its work. The castor oil is actually, I got some castor oil, and this is black Jamaican castor oil, and it's oil of Palma Christi. This works like a charm. Works like a charm.
Okay.
All right. And
I don't know what's going on. Am I going through my ascension or something right now?
going through an awakening phase.
Honey, we all going through awakening. I'm all over the place constantly. Honey, I think part of what we go. Yeah, we all crazy here. We all crazy. But make sure you clean your house.
Yeah, I got that part, and I kind of knew you were talking to me too. I will work on that.
Yes,
Thank
you
you, my
got.
dear.
You are very sweetie, and much love to you, Destiny. And let angel wings guide your dreams. Blessed be stay.
Let's see.
Okay. So, folks, we have like 5 minutes remaining, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my contact information, and after I give my contact information, I am leaving and going to eat. So, contact information. Office number 586-659-9620. Website www.amagicaljourney.com. AMAGICKALJOURNEY.com. Blog www.bryanrawls.com. BRYANRAWLS.com. And office number 586-659-9620. 586-659-9620. And then any questions that you may have, or anything at all that you would like to see be talked about on the Magical Journey show, please send your suggestions to either Angelic Guidance 13@gmail.com or the Silver Whisper @gmail.com. All right, and just put in the subject box suggestions for a Magical Journey show, and you can leave me suggestions about topics that you would like me to speak about. You can send me questions or send me suggestions about what you would like me to make on the show, such as like an oil, or show you how to conduct a particular spell or a particular working. So the list can go on and on and on. All right. So thank you all for staying with me and watching. And I look forward to speaking with all of you next Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please stay tuned, and much love to you all always. Thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman Magical Journey Show, and thank you, Goldylocks Productions, for producing the Magical Journey Show. And thank you all callers and viewers. And all the comments. Thank you so very much, and let angel wings guide your dreams. Blessed be, and namaste.